Let's now switch gears to talking about aviation, because this next story had air travelers absolutely outraged on Tuesday after they were left stranded for several hours at Lagos and Abuja airports over aviation union protests. Now, union members locked the Zulu Terminal Gate at Murtala Mohammed International Airport here in Lagos, preventing all departures from as early as 5 a.m., forcing Air Peace to cancel over 70 daily flights. Now, the union claimed that Air Peace was preventing workers from joining their association. The protest turned violent, with union members beating and injuring Air Peace staff who refused to join. Let's take a look. Adefemi, this is where the union's case becomes complicated. Only Air Peace was targeted in all of this. Other domestic carriers were completely unaffected, raising serious questions about the selective nature of this industrial action. Now, to set the record straight, under Nigerian labor law, union membership is entirely voluntary. Workers cannot be forced to join a union or punished for refusing. Now, the NCAA, in a memo posted on X by the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, urged both the unions and Air Peace to embrace dialogue, but for over 70 canceled flights and hundreds of stranded passengers, the damage is already done.
Absolutely, the damage is already done. And it begs the question, what did Air Peace ever do to anybody? It does feel as though often we talk about Air Peace being singled out, being targeted, and now we're seeing that their members of staff are being beaten in public. It is awful. On this topic of unions, it is a choice. Air Peace is not unique in terms of Nigerian airlines that do not or don't have union affiliations. Air Peace is not unique in it. They've made it very clear that it is a choice for their employees whether or not they want to unionize. They have made the choice. They do not wish to have a union. That is not a crime. What is a crime is to target members of Air Peace staff, to beat them, to harass them. That is wrong. To tell the public not to fly Air Peace, that is wrong. And it begs the question again, what is the underlying motivation behind all of this negativity? People being represented by unions in and of itself is not a negative thing. But we have to be clear that 98% of Nigerian airlines don't actually have any unions. Again, Air Peace is not unique in this situation. So why is it Air Peace that seems to constantly be embroiled in these types of scandals? It does feel targeted and it does feel unfair because yes, we can acknowledge that no institution, no person is perfect, but so often we talk about the ills in our society, the things that do need development, and often what we see Air Peace do is really lead by example, whether it's seeing what entrepreneurship can do for this country, but also showing what diplomacy can do from an entrepreneur. How many times have we talked about Air Peace being the carrier that will take Nigerians away from xenophobic attacks in South Africa? Was it not Air Peace that went to save the Nigerians who were stranded in Ukraine? So why, with their own money, so why is it always this airline that seems to be targeted in this way? It feels unfair. It shouldn't continue. And obviously, that was a crime that was recorded. And we hope that the people who were affected, who were harmed, are now okay. And for the people who were unable to fly yesterday, that is infuriating. That being aside, so it is just a drastic situation. It's very, very sad to see.
Absolutely. Rufai, I'll take your quick comments on this story.
I think there should be some level of compensation for Air Peace for the loss of business yesterday. And the unions should be called to order. I mean, I don't know who's going to foot it. I don't know who's going to... I doubt if the unions that are destroying people's business even have that kind of amount to be able to foot that compensation, because there must be consequences for the action. And I think if there's a legal leeway, anyway, like you said, go to court in this country, it might be a tall order, but if there's a legal leeway, there should be a way to sue, because people were harassed, people were beaten, and you have the people that did that beating on camera. We cannot allow for this to continue in our country. In a country where we're saying there's no productivity, a lot of these airline companies are just doing this as a national patriotic service. The margins are so thin. Most of them are complaining about the cost of aviation fuel, and now it's already pushing them out of market. There's a lot of problem. I think even the passengers too should be able to sue.
Yes.
Because when you look at it, their livelihood was disrupted. Do you know how many business deals that was truncated yesterday?
Yeah.
Do you even know how many medical deals that were truncated yesterday? Look at the airports. People cannot move because of joining unions. Some they are supposed to be voluntary.
Yeah.
And all of this attack calculated at Airpeace. I'm not saying Airpeace have not got its own challenges. Please don't get me wrong. But calculated constantly at Airpeace. It is Airpeace that will use their own money to go and bring people back from abroad and everything. You will not pay them on time. What is it? Is it a bad thing? And when you look at it, the Nigerian government has not been able to even float its own airline, let alone. It is this Airpeace that is the biggest carrier that keeps showing up every time.
Absolutely.
So let me just quickly say, because information, and I think it's important to clarify some things. One of the things we're also talking about was the payment of TSC by the airlines.
They are not owing that one.
Yes, and the NCAA itself has come out to announce that the airlines, not just Airpeace alone, are already complying with its directives. That's one of the things that the union said they were fighting for. And on the payment of the 5% TSC, so the union singling out Airpeace, going back to what Adefemi said, doesn't make sense. The second part of it is that over 98% Adefemi of Nigerian airlines do not have unions. And then even to deepen that conversation is this: what do the unions gain from destroying businesses? Are they not preventing or taking away jobs from their members?
Right.
Is it not counterproductive? Are they not cutting off their noses to spite their faces? In the face of what we are dealing with, where people don't have jobs,
right,
you are attacking job creators, job providers. There's a bigger implication of this. Even the sense you're telling, come and spend your money here in Nigeria, come and invest in Nigeria, come and create jobs. Then private businesses who are doing legitimate work, creating jobs for Nigerians, you go and sabotage their businesses. What is the gain from that? What is the benefit from that? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't want to go one place where it might sound very, tribal or something. But the question is, why Alan Oyema? Why? Why Alan Oyema? And I keep asking that question. I'm not saying Alan doesn't have his faults. He's a human being. He's got his fault. But why Alan Oyema? Is it because